as far as when Steve and I got together, he had a whole nother idea of what he was planning on doing after.
I am disappointed in Madrid because you don't sell out to family because Steve may dump you just like he did Mary the next day. But your family will be there because you're really here so I can honor you. Hold on to your seats, people. The glam world is in uproar, and this isn't just any regular piece of gossip. As for Steve, when we first got together, he had a whole different idea of what he was planning on doing after his the other half of TV sensation Steve Harvey, Marjorie Harvey, didn't hold back when she revealed the news that left everyone in shock. Greetings from Spellbound, and welcome back to the Secret Life channel, where she uses her own social media accounts as a platform. Marjorie acknowledged that she made a mistake in her marriage. The time has come for me to be honest. I've held on to this secret truth for longer than I should have, and I failed in my marriage. However, I've decided to speak out now, not only for myself, but also for all women who feel compelled to hide their reality. That's not all. She also took a few shots that were obviously aimed at her famous husband Steve, implying that things weren't as they seemed for a long time under the shadow of a guy who presents himself as flawless. I have existed, although neither Steve nor I are perfect, she said, adding fuel to the blazing revelation. As a result, the fandom is now divided. Some are sympathetic to Steve, viewing him as the victim, while others praise Marjorie for her honesty in laying bare her truth. All eyes are now fixed on the talk show host. Steve Harvey, who is anxiously expecting his return following this shocking revelation, let me start by emphasizing that you shouldn't feel bad about anything. They all begged me to do this, so I replied, take a shot at it, but it's a difficult thing. Muttering's word on the street paints a picture of Marjorie crafting her own game, perhaps beyond just an affair my wife she got it with me. She was the best now. Who would have thought the Harveys would be under such a magnifying glass? And Hollywood's elite circles suggest that there's a tempest brewing in the Harvey mansion. Gossip enthusiasts are engrossed in Marjorie's recent deeds that appear to be threatening the harmony of the Harvey empire. Some are even hinting that she might be planning an exit. Closure sources reveal that there have been rumors about Marjorie ever since she assumed the title of Mrs. Harvey, with her commitment to the marital vows appearing to be on shaky ground. This raises the question of where Steve stands in this turbulent storm. Could he be simply backing off, acknowledging her choices, looking past their age gap, or is his unwavering affection for her holding him back? The amusement people who are waiting impatiently for the next installment of this saga, take note, we have the inside scoop on what's likely going on with Steve Harvey. You won't believe the depths of this drama, considering Steve's public persona, which suggests that he is deeply attached to Marjorie. Don't forget, though, that he paid a price for making Marjorie his queen, even as these shocking accusations emerge. This is turning into the scandal of a lifetime, honey. But hold on while we also discuss the enigma that is Marjorie Harvey. While she's been shaping her own public persona, a handful of secret relationships and a turbulent past are also part of her story. Prepare your popcorn because this backstory is nothing less than a thrilling movie. Marjorie was just 18 years old when she met Jim, a man who was 14 years her older. But here's the best part: Marjorie had no idea that Jim was already married, and their covert connection played out like a soap opera, with Jim believing a child would force him to divorce his wife. They made their love chapter official with wedding vows after 3 years, but their love chapter ended in just 7 years. The last 3 of those years were nothing less than a cyclone of chaotic liaisons, and then hold your breath as law enforcement closed in on them and they entered the gym. Marjorie stopped taking birth control, and voila, the pregnancy worked its magic. LaTownsend is renowned for a material kingpin who became involved in a huge drug trafficking operation involving an incredible 40 kilograms when Jim realized Marjorie was getting closer to the center of the investigation and was favoring a more above his own freedom. Things became sticky. Because Marjorie's main goal is to conceal her background, Jim struck a deal with the DIA that shielded her while he took the fall. Originally sentenced to life in prison, Jim only served 26 years after receiving a presidential pardon from Barack Obama. I'll take a brief diversion before diving into the book to discuss Steve Harvey's turbulent romantic past. He proposed to Marcia in 1980, and the two became parents to twin daughters, Carly and Brandy, while he struggled to make ends meet. He worked hard at a number of jobs, including selling insurance at one point, but his career took a turn for the worse when he unexpectedly won a stand-up comedy competition. She became enraged with me because she had heard about the book and that I was writing a book. The drama never stops, does it? Even when Steve Harvey was ruling the entertainment world, and his romantic life was nothing less than a high-octane telenovela, while still attached to his first wife, Marilyn, he turned his focus to his second wife, Mary Shackelford. However, it wasn't all sunshine and roses as Mary learned of Steve's purported affiliations and tales of domestic strife. Hell hath no fury like a woman scoring, and Steve is discovering it the hard way tonight with Marjorie, the enigmatic third act in his love life. Mary Harvey, Steve's ex-wife, is upset and plans to publicly share it. In a 2018 episode of The Steve Harvey Show, Steve and Marjorie reminisced about their unforgettable first date, which took place in a Memphis pub in 1990. "Hey, where did I meet you?" Marjorie asked. "Well, the first time we met Memphis was at a comedy club." Despite the electric chemistry Marjorie revealed, I sensed he was the one almost instantly, but he vanished. Not to be surpassed, Steve asserts without a trace that his career, the first thing I ever said to her was, "I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna marry you one day." However, all the ghosts of romance past haunted Steve, and he had to wade through a swamp of accusations with Mary revealing that Marjorie was the other woman. As if that wasn't enough, Marjorie's love for Ledger is equally fascinating after her escape with criminal Lord Jim. This match resulted in the birth of a daughter, Lori, but life does love its reruns, though the Harveys have been a symbol of family resilience and style goals. Rumors from the gossip grapevine now suggest that Marjorie may be stepping out on Steve, wait for it, with Steve's very own bodyguard. If this doesn't make their story one of the juiciest in celebrity history, we don't know what will. The Harvey saga has become the stuff of tabloid legend, thanks to this complicated maze of love affair allegations and dubious life choices. Let's explore William Big Boom's enigma in more detail. I met Freeman, the man who's got everyone talking, between 1986 and 1987 when the song came out, and in 2005 God returned it to me. First of all, let's get one thing straight. Big Boom has been a part of the Harvey family story for a long time. According to reports dating back to 2006, Freeman played the role of matchmaker, rekindling Marjorie and Steve's romance following their brief affair in the yarn day. A source from that 2007 E! News segment said that Big Boom felt they were meant to be together. Let's not forget that Steve Marjorie is the person you allowed to escape. A sample from a 2010 interview of Big Boom on Cooking Celebs shows that while most bodyguards maintain a professional distance, Freeman has a very personal relationship with the Harveys. Not only did he protect Steve from potential threats, but he also won their approval by acting as their private chef, a deliciously intriguing dual role, don't you think? Secrets divulge: I am aware of Steve's preferred steak cut and Marjorie's fondness for truffle pasta. This is the type of relationship we have now. In 2012, a small birdie mentioned in a tabloid that Marjorie had thrown an extravagant birthday celebration for Big Boom. The paparazzi went crazy as Steve toasted Taboom, saying to the man who's more than just a guardian, a brother, a confidant, and a culinary genius, how's that for a connection? The narrative develops, though. Glitz, glamour, and a list guests, it had it all. A tweet from a user purporting to be a former Harvey's employee went viral in 2015. Tweet read, "Large booms." Looking at the circulating rumors, that tweet takes on a new scandalous importance by 2018. We recall scratching our heads back then, but he's not just the muscle. He's the glue that binds the Harveys together. After making his past public on his website and sharing details of his transformation, Freeman's past was no longer a secret. He started giving motivational speeches, and one of his session attendees in Los Angeles was quoted in Celebrity Living magazine, saying, "Big Boom's life story is one of redemption, of turning pain into purpose in the midst of all the revelations and backstory. It is indisputable." William's Major Boom, the Harvey family story revolves around Freeman, who is much more than just a supporting character. As each chapter progresses, we all look forward to seeing what role he will play next, since we know that Hollywood couldn't have written it better. William's major boom. It's quite the plot twist that Freeman, who portrayed Cupid in the past, is now in the center of the storm that might destroy Steve and Marjorie. However, if you go back, the signs were all there. Big Boom has been a part of the Harvey tapestry for almost 20 years. From the early 2000s, he was more than just Steve's protector. He was also a confidant and trusted friend, and some have even said that he was the very glue that kept the Harvey castle standing tall. As the years passed, Freeman's presence became increasingly entwined with birthdays, anniversaries, and even private family dinners. Big Boom has long been a part of their life, fitting in so well that, according to a 2008 gossip item in Glam, he's almost family. The irony of it all is that the man who rekindled their love tale may also be the one fanning the flame that ends it. Marjorie entrusts him with her life, and it seems, her secrets as well. This nearly two-decade dance of intimacy and now muttered betrayals has Tinseltown in a frenzy. The focus is now squarely on the bodyguard, exposing a tale of devotion, deceit, and wonderful irony, rather than just Marjorie or Steve. That's all for now, people. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you had as much fun as we did, hit the like button and, if not, subscribe, so you won't miss out on all the juicy gossip we have lined up for you until next time. But what do you think, did Big Boom really cross the line? Or are these just mischievous whispers floating